The internet was already hanging on by dental floss. And then BOOM 6ix9ine pops up on a brand new jail camera. Like he's starring in a reality show nobody asked for, but everybody's watching. The second this clip leaked, social media didn't just react. It imploded. People froze mid-scroll, phones slipped out of hands, and Twitter users stopped arguing for a full 5 seconds. That's how serious this was. And the footage. Let's just say it makes the Kardashians' messiest moments look like a gentle yoga retreat hosted by SpongeBob. This isn't one of those grainy, blurry, could be anyone jail clips. Nah, this is HD chaos. 4K foolishness, IMAX embarrassment. 6ix9ine is caught doing something so insane, so meme-worthy, so absolutely on brand that even his haters paused and whispered, "Ain't no way." And before anyone could recover, the clip went nuclear. TikTok detectives dissected every pixel. Reddit treated it like a breaking national crisis. Rap blogs created spiritual dissertations. Even celebrities started chiming in like unpaid narrators of the circus. But here's the crazy part. The clip isn't even the wildest part of the story. Because what happened after? That's where things go full supernova. And trust me, you're not ready for what comes next. The moment that jail cam footage hit the internet, it didn't just land, it detonated. It spread faster than Black Friday deals and bad opinions. Within minutes, social media turned into a digital stampede. Everyone's sprinting to see what 6ix9ine managed to get caught doing this time. Because let's be honest, if chaos was a sport, 6ix9ine would have been inducted into the Hall of Fame years ago. This man doesn't just walk into trouble, he schedules playdates with it. The clip first surfaced on a tiny hip-hop page that usually gets 10 likes and a sympathy comment. But not today. The second they posted the blurred preview, the internet smelled blood like a shark in shallow water. People didn't even ask questions. They just retweeted it with captions like, "Ain't no way," and 6ix9ine, really living in a deleted GTA mission. The suspense alone had half the world refreshing their feeds like junkies waiting for a sequel. When the full clip finally dropped, it was chaos. Pure, unfiltered, cinematic chaos. The jail cam showed 6ix9ine in a moment so bizarre, so on brand, so unbelievably HIM that the internet couldn't decide whether to laugh, panic, or file a spiritual complaint. The man was pacing, ranting, animated like he was performing for an invisible audience. Every gesture looked like he was trying to win an argument with the air. It was the kind of footage where you pause, squint, rewind, and still can't believe he's a real person and not an AI-generated experiment gone rogue. Within seconds, conspiracies hit. One camp insisted he was practicing lyrics. Another said he was threatening ghosts. A third swore he was auditioning for a prison talent show. People broke down the footage frame by frame like it was some kind of hidden prophecy. The internet didn't see jail behavior, they saw clues, symbolism, emotional breakdowns, spiritual awakenings, and everything in between. Then the rap blogs jumped in. They wrote titles so dramatic they could win an Oscar. 6ix9ine in distress. Unseen footage reveals dark truth. Rapper losing control behind bars. And the comments. A battlefield. Fans argued in paragraphs the length of college essays. Haters celebrated like the Super Bowl just ended with their team on top. Neutral observers grabbed snacks and said, "This is better than TV." But the real madness began when people connected this clip to his past controversies. Every scandal, feud, meltdown, betrayal, and rumor resurfaced like old ghosts coming back for a reunion tour. This is what happens when karma catches up, someone wrote. Another posted, "I knew he wasn't built for jail." The internet was eating the moment like a buffet with no closing time. Supporters, of course, weren't having it. They insisted he looked calm, focused, unbothered. One die-hard fan even said, "He's just meditating aggressively," which might be the funniest lie the internet has ever produced. Others said he was strategizing, preparing a master plan for when he gets out. They made it sound like he was in there plotting a global tour with inmates as backup dancers behind all the noise. The question grew louder. How on earth did this footage even leak? Jail cams aren't supposed to be movie trailers. Someone inside clearly risked job, freedom, and dignity to drop this clip into the wild. People started pointing fingers at guards, inmates, lawyers, friends, enemies, and random TikTokers. The theories got so wild, you'd think the camera was operated by the Illuminati. Meanwhile, the hip-hop world reacted like they'd been waiting for this moment. Rappers who hated 6ix9ine took subtle shots. "Some of y'all online too much," one tweeted. Another posted, "Funny how life circles back." Nobody said his name, but everybody knew. The shade was so thick you could butter it and serve it at brunch. But the wildest response came from a rapper who used to be cool with him. He posted a single emoji, the shaking head emoji, and it went viral like he dropped a diss track. Fans treated it like a coded message. They started analyzing why he chose that emoji, the time he posted it, and even compared it to his past tweets. The internet can turn anything into a crime scene. All the while, 6ix9ine's team stayed quiet. No statement, no comment, no denial. Silence in celebrity scandals is never a good sign. It's like seeing a tornado approach and hearing birds chirping instead of wind. Everyone knew something massive was brewing behind the scenes. News outlets picked it up within hours. Major platforms posted about it like it was breaking national news. Anchors read the story with the same seriousness they use for political scandals. The fact that 6ix9ine had the entire global internet analyzing a jail cam clip proved just how bizarre the world has become. Then fans pulled screenshots from the footage and started zooming in like detectives. They analyzed his facial expressions, the way he moved his hands, the pacing, the posture, everything. One viral tweet said, "This body language screams stress." Another replied, "Actually, it screams delusion." A third responded, "Actually, it screams entertainment." Nobody could agree because everyone was convinced they suddenly had a degree in psychology. What people did agree on was this: the clip didn't look staged. It didn't look edited. It didn't look like a prank. It looked raw, real, and unfiltered, the exact kind of footage that forces the world to admit something is wrong, even if they don't know what. And that's when the timeline split. Half the internet claimed he was spiraling, losing control, panicking in confinement. The other half said he was just being his usual, hyper, chaotic, unpredictable self. Fans said he was strong. Critics said he was cracking. Observers said he was entertaining. And the truth was buried somewhere beneath the noise. The footage also sparked new conversations about 6ix9ine's reputation in jail. Old rumors resurfaced, beefs, arguments, tension with other inmates, respect, issues, alliances, threats, deals. The clip fed every story, every claim, every whispered rumor people had been debating for months. Suddenly, every theory seemed possible because the footage was wild enough to make anything believable. Blogs posted expert analysis, which is hilarious because there is no such thing as a jail cam expert. They made assumptions, predictions, and dramatic claims like they had his case file on their desk. They didn't. They just had views to chase. Meanwhile, fans created their own edits of the clip, some funny, some terrifying, some just chaotic. One edit turned it into a music video. Another turned it into a movie trailer. Someone even added anime sound effects because the internet has zero boundaries. But the real shock came when someone leaked another angle of the same footage. A different camera. A different perspective, showing what looked like a guard reacting to 6ix9ine's outburst. The guard put his hands on his hips, the universal sign for "I am tired of this man." That tiny motion alone sent the internet into meme overdrive. Within hours, the story became bigger than the clip. It became a symbol of downfall, of karma, of chaos, of entertainment, of celebrity culture. People used it to debate fame, mental health, snitching, gang culture, loyalty, survival, ego, and everything else they could squeeze into a thread. And the craziest part? This was just the first day of the drama. The story was about to go from viral clip to full-blown digital hurricane. If the first wave of that jail cam clip caused chaos, the second wave turned the internet into a digital apocalypse. People weren't just reacting anymore, they were spiraling, theorizing, panicking, and laughing all at once like an online meltdown orchestra. The clip entered its meme era within minutes, and from there, it became unstoppable. TikTok was the first battlefield. Users stitched the footage like they were conducting a live investigation. Someone slowed it down to dramatic opera music. Another added trap beats. One genius synced 6ix9ine's movements to a Fortnite emote, and the video hit 1 million likes in under an hour. TikTok turned the footage into a cultural event. People danced to it, reenacted it, lip-synced it, and even did psychological breakdowns pretending to be therapists hired by the jail itself. Twitter, of course, went nuclear. The trending tab looked like a crime scene. 6ix9ine in jail cam. And this clip is wild dominated the list. People posted reaction GIFs like their lives depended on it. Someone tweeted, "This isn't jail. This is the bonus level they add when the game developers are bored. Another wrote, "Bro acting like he's filming season 4 of his own downfall." The jokes were brutal, but the internet thrives on disrespect. But nothing topped the conspiracy theories. And oh, they were plentiful. One group insisted 6ix9ine in Squaw was communicating with someone off camera through coded movements. Another claimed he was arguing with a guard about food portions. A third said he was shadowboxing because he was preparing for a cell block tournament. Then came the unhinged theory that he was reenacting his past crimes as some kind of emotional therapy ritual. The internet will literally say anything with confidence. Then celebrities started chiming in. And that's when things truly escalated. An old rival of 6ix9ine posted a single popcorn emoji, and the world lost its mind. People replied with allegations, memes, accusations, essays, and fanfiction. Overnight, the popcorn emoji became the unofficial mascot of the scandal. Another rapper tweeted, "This man ain't built for jail." Someone else quoted biblical scripture in response. Because when the drama gets deep, people suddenly rediscover religion. Reality stars joined the chaos too. One said, "I knew he was gonna act up behind bars." Another posted, praying for everyone involved because this clip was scary. They acted like they personally witnessed a supernatural event. Influencers recorded dramatic reaction videos where they pretended to be shocked, zooming in on their faces like online detectives reacting to unknown footage. Then a retired boxer commented, "He better start training. Jail ain't sweet." The comment alone became a meme. Fans edited 6ix9ine into boxing rings, training montages, and anime fights. Someone even photoshopped him into a Rocky poster wearing rainbow hair. While the jokes multiplied, the outrage grew louder. There were serious conversations circulating too about mental health, safety in jail, and whether the footage even should have leaked. A journalist tweeted, "If this is how he acts on camera, imagine off camera." Another wrote, "This raises questions about jail conditions and transparency." Suddenly, The clip was being used as an academic case study by people who usually argue about celebrity outfits. Meanwhile, Reddit became a circus. Entire threads were dedicated to frame-by-frame analysis. One user claimed they recognized another inmate's voice in the background. Another said the lighting suggested the clip was filmed at night, implying he was having a midnight meltdown. The level of overthinking was Olympic. Then a new twist dropped. A second clip leaked. This one was shorter, but far more chaotic. It showed 6ix9ine reacting aggressively to a guard speaking to him. His body language was sharp, animated, agitated. The guard stepped back like he'd seen this show before and wanted no part of it. The guard's tiny flinch alone created thousands of memes. Someone wrote, "Even the guard said, 'This is above my pay grade.'" The second clip broke the internet harder than the first. People started speculating if he was being targeted inside. Others said he was picking fights for clout. Rumors spread that he was placed in solitary. Then someone fabricated a completely fake story about him flipping a food tray, and the internet believed it instantly. Because with 6ix9ine, anything is possible. Then came the celebrity reactions that really added gasoline. A famous producer tweeted, "This is what happens when the internet becomes your personality." That tweet alone launched debates across platforms. Fans accused him of clout chasing. Critics applauded him. Neutral people said, "He's not wrong though." Even Tekashi's old collaborators suddenly found reasons to speak up. One artist said, "Should have seen this coming." Another posted a photo of himself laughing. Subtweets were flying left and right like digital ninja stars. While celebrities weighed in, the blogs amped things up. They released headlines like 6ix9ine losing control. New footage reveals disturbing behavior, and this changes everything. They talked like historians documenting a national disaster, but then the most unexpected twist arrived. A well-known prison advocacy account stepped in, claiming the footage proved 6ix9ine wasn't being treated properly. They said inmates were often pushed to emotional extremes and that people shouldn't be mocking a possible breakdown. The internet paused for a moment. Not long, maybe 4 minutes, but enough that people felt the tone shift. Suddenly, half the timeline became therapists. They said he was under psychological pressure. They said the stress of fame and jail combined could break anyone. They claimed he needed support, counseling, protection. Even people who hated him softened slightly, just slightly though. Because the internet forgives nobody fully. The other half remained ruthless. They said karma was hitting him like a freight train. They said he brought this on himself. They said he was finally experiencing the consequences of snitching. Trolling and living like chaos was a personality trait. And in the middle of all this noise, 6ix9ine's team remained silent. No statement, no denial, no spin. Nothing. The silence felt strategic, like they were waiting for the internet to tire itself out. But that was a mistake, because silence only fed the fire. People began asking bigger questions. Was 6ix9ine safe? Was he spiraling? Was he provoking guards? Was the footage intentionally leaked? Was someone trying to set him up? Was he doing this for attention? Or was this truly a crack in his armor? The uncertainty made everything more dramatic, more intense, more addictive. People refreshed feeds like they were watching a live event. Memes continued, dropping like confetti. Debates raged across platforms. YouTube commentary channels released videos with red circles and arrows. TikTok experts made charts explaining his behavior. Instagram pages posted inspirational quotes pretending to care. The story wasn't just trending, it was metastasizing, growing, warping, mutating into something bigger than a jail cam clip. Because the internet wasn't looking at 6ix9ine and the troll. Anymore, they were looking at 6ix9ine in the unraveling phenomenon, and the question everyone began asking was simple. What happens next? Because a scandal this big doesn't fade quietly. It explodes again, and the next explosion. It was already on its way by the time the second clip finished, melting the internet. The story had grown so big, it felt like the digital version of a wildfire, uncontrollable, unpredictable, and spreading into places it had no business reaching. News outlets treated it like breaking political coverage. Twitter users behaved like underpaid journalists. And YouTube reactors were already filming their thumbnails with shocked faces before even watching the footage. The aftermath hit harder than anyone expected. Suddenly, 6ix9ine wasn't just a rapper caught on a jail cam. He was the main character of a global anxiety attack. People went from laughing to speculating to diagnosing him in real time. Some said he snapped, others said he cracked, and a few said he was simply rehearsing for the chaos he carries in his bloodstream. But the longer the silence lasted from his team, the louder the questions became. Fans began creating timelines of his recent behavior, connecting dots that probably shouldn't be connected. They reviewed interviews, old posts, confrontations, and public meltdowns like they were analyzing the downfall of a Roman Empire. Some concluded the pressure of jail was suffocating him. Others said his personality was finally catching up with him. A few blamed stress, fame, and karma forming some unholy alliance against him. Then came the unexpected shift. The narrative stopped being funny. Even the meme pages slowed down. People began talking about the darker side of celebrity mental strain. Commenters wrote long emotional paragraphs about the dangers of isolation, fame, trauma, and the psychological toll of living as a public spectacle. Suddenly, the joke wasn't nearly as funny when you realized the footage didn't look like trolling. It looked human, while the internet debated whether to feel empathy or satisfaction. Celebrities continued pouring gasoline on the storyline. A famous singer tweeted, "People laugh until it's too late," and the internet froze. It wasn't a roast. It wasn't shade. It was a warning, and it hit everyone differently. Some treated it as a serious red flag. Others accused the singer of hypocrisy. And a few argued this was exactly the kind of moral conversation people pretend to care about for 24 hours before going back to memes. Meanwhile, a popular podcast host jumped into the mix, saying the footage confirmed everything he'd been saying about 6ix9ine's lifestyle catching up to him. His comments went viral instantly. Some agreed. Others attacked him for exploiting the moment. But nobody ignored him, because at this point, anything related to the clip triggered a chain reaction across the timeline as the debates grew deeper. The consequences finally started to show in the real world. Rumors circulated that 6ix9ine's legal team was scrambling behind the scenes, demanding answers on how the footage leaked. Reports surfaced that the jail was investigating potential internal misconduct. Some claimed staff were being questioned. Others said inmates were being searched. It was the kind of behind-the-scenes chaos that turns a viral moment into a full-blown institutional headache. Then came another twist, a leaked message from someone claiming to be close to the situation. They said 6ix9ine had been under intense stress, dealing with issues that weren't public. They didn't specify anything, but the internet didn't need specifics. Vague information is gasoline for speculation. People instantly filled the gaps with theories ranging from emotional collapse to conflict. Inside the jail to personal struggles nobody had considered. The clip wasn't content anymore. It was a warning flag, an alarm bell, a magnifying glass on the price of fame. Yet the internet isn't built to stay serious for long. Within days, the jokes crept back into circulation. People posted edits of the footage with dramatic movie trailers. Someone added Avengers theme music over it. Another creator edited 6ix9ine into a telenovela. The contrast between concern and comedy was chaotic, but exactly what the internet does best: laughing through discomfort. Still, the public perception had already shifted. Before the footage, 6ix9ine was seen as a reckless troll, a self-produced circus act who never ran out of stunts. After the footage, he was seen as unpredictable, unstable, and possibly unraveling. People who once mocked him now watched him differently. Not respectfully, but cautiously, like watching a fireworks display that might explode sideways. Even his haters felt conflicted. They didn't suddenly support him, but they recognized something was off, something deeper. Something that made the clip feel heavy rather than entertaining. The phrase, "This isn't funny anymore," appeared everywhere, even from people who usually never miss an opportunity to clown him. Music industry insiders weighed in next. One producer claimed the footage would permanently affect his reputation. Another said it might shift how collaborations are approached. Someone else tweeted, "This is why you protect your mental state no matter how loud your brand is." The conversation shifted from clowning to cautionary tale, a rare transformation for internet culture. Meanwhile, analysts speculated on how this would affect his fanbase. Some said it would strengthen loyalty because fans love a comeback story. Others said it would push neutral listeners away. A few pointed out that public meltdowns sometimes boost streams because people get curious. The irony of fame is that chaos sells, even when it's destroying someone in real time. As the dust began to settle, one thing became painfully clear. This footage didn't expose a moment. It exposed a pattern. The pattern of a man who built a brand on loudness, now trapped in silence. The pattern of someone who pushed the world until it pushed back harder. The pattern of a persona that couldn't survive the environment it created. The impact wasn't just on his reputation, it hit his relationships too. Old allies distanced themselves. Bloggers who once supported him went quiet. Rappers who stayed neutral finally picked a side, and that side was far away. Even his own fans began questioning whether they misunderstood the version of him they admired. But the scariest part, the story didn't feel finished. It felt like the prequel, the type of event people revisit months later and say, "That was the moment everything changed." Because this clip didn't go viral for entertainment, it went viral because it felt like a crack in the armor of someone who pretended they could never break. The world saw Tekashi 6ix9ine, the troll, the clown, the instigator, drop the mask for a moment, and underneath, something was unraveling. Something was shifting. Something was brewing that the internet wasn't prepared to face. And while the world replayed the clip for jokes and theories, one truth lingered like smoke. This is not the last time we hear about this. Not even close. Something bigger is coming. Something louder. Something darker. And when it hits the surface, the internet will go even crazier than it did today. And if you made it to the end of this chaotic roller coaster, congratulations, your mental stability is officially stronger than the entire internet combined. Because what we just witnessed wasn't a scandal. It was a cinematic disaster movie disguised as a jail cam leak. 6ix9ine didn't just break the internet. He drop-kicked it, stomped it, rebooted it, and then leaked the sequel. This clip was pure nuclear entertainment, and the fallout is nowhere near done. So before the next twist drops, because trust me, with 6ix9ine in the next twist is always loading, smash that like button like it stole your debit card. Drop a comment with your theories, predictions, warnings, concerns, memes, spiritual analyses, whatever chaos your brain is cooking up. I read them all, even the ones that sound like they were typed in the middle of a hurricane. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell like it owes you 3 months of rent. 'Cause here on Rap Shocker, the scandals don't walk, they sprint. New leaks, new meltdowns, new footage. New exposes, they all land right here first. This is your HQ for unfiltered rap drama. Messy storylines, wild breakdowns, and conspiracy-level commentary that no sane channel would ever say out loud. And remember, the moment you think the story is slowing down, the moment you think peace is possible, the moment you think 6ix9ine might finally chill, that's exactly when the NEXT explosion hits. Stay tuned, stay locked in, stay nosy, because on Rap Shocker, the truth doesn't drop quietly. It drops loud, and the next one, you ain't ready.